Hello, 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 my fellow beauty entrepreneurs. I'm here with beauty entrepreneur Rachelle, right? Rachelle. I keep on her Rachelle, Rachel.
Okay.
So Rachelle, I want to get it right. So Rachelle, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
I appreciate you coming on. Tell the viewing audience a little bit about yourself.
So I am from Connecticut. I work in New York City for the most part. I'm a freelance hairstylist, so I do a lot of photo shoots, editorial work. I work on movies and television.
All right. So being a freelance artist, what does that look like for somebody that has never experienced that?
It's very different. It's different in the fact you don't know what you're going to make every week.
Okay.
So I have my hands in a bunch of different places. So I, educate from Mizani. I still have a clientele that I did have when I was in the salon that I do privately, so that's nice cash in my pocket. I network so much throughout the years, so I do have a lot of clients that I shoot for commercials and stuff like that, and then the movies and television is a whole other thing. So it's different every day. There's some weeks that I'm home. I have a baby, so I'm home with him.
Beautiful little boy. He's so gorgeous.
And then there's other weeks where I am booked 13 hours a day, so it's totally different every single week.
Right. So tell the viewing audience, how does that look being able to go in on sets? From my understanding, you have to be a part of a union.
Mm-hmm.
What is all of that? How does that process work?
So for commercials, commercials aren't union.
Okay.
Most, I think most commercials aren't union. Movies and television, for the most part, are all union based, as well as most talk shows, and then some news stations like Good Morning America and stuff like that. So it's hard to get into the union. You do need the biggest thing is you need 180 days of production work to show. So you save your pay stubs, your call sheets, be organized, and then a whole other list of resumes and reference letters and stuff like that. And you apply, you wait to hear back, and then if you get accepted to the interview process, you go in for an interview, and then you wait another few months to see if you get accepted. But I did it. I finally did it, and I knew that's what I wanted, so I worked my butt off, and I got there.
Good, good.
Yeah.
Now, there are astronomical fees to be a part of the union.
Yeah. So there's a pretty big fee up front right now. It's about $3,500.
Okay.
But it's worth it. You can make really good money. It's definitely worth it. The best thing about it for me is that you get a pension,
Okay.
401k, and you get insurance. So one of the things in being a hairdresser is a lot of salons don't provide that.
That's right.
And you can provide it for yourself if you're organized enough, but I'm not that organized.
And most of us are not.
No. So it is nice to have that backing.
That's great.
Yeah.
So what, you do hair and makeup?
I just do hair.
Okay, all right. So
Yeah.
that's awesome. So Rachelle, right? Rachelle, Rachelle.
Yes.
Rachelle, tell the viewing audience what you know now, being in the beauty industry, that you wish you knew back in the day.
There's so much that I've learned. I guess I would say I wish that I had started to get my portfolio together sooner. That's one of the biggest things is I know so many amazing, talented hairstylists, and unfortunately in this industry you don't get looked at unless you have a book and they can look at it.
Right.
Because everyone wants to see your website, and they can't sell you to clients for commercials or anything like that unless they can see it online.
Right.
And no one really wants to go on your Instagram to look at it. They want to make sure you have a professional portfolio. So I wish that I had started that sooner in my career.
That's good. Okay, so when you talk about a professional portfolio, I've been in the industry for a long time. So back in the day, people used to actually have a book that they would carry around with them. Okay, I've been licensed for 30 years, and I'm proud of it. So now, what does that portfolio? It's like a digital book. Tell us what it looks like.
Yeah, I mean, when I started, those books were still around, and they are still around in some cases. There's some agencies that want to do all hard books. Okay. But a lot of it has gone digital. You bring your iPad in and show people your work from your iPad instead of having to print things out on a book. Which is easier for me. It costs less money because you don't have to pay for the actual portfolio and then the print work. But it says something to be able to have that and be able to look through that and have it right in front of your face. So it's a little sad that that's kind of gone away.
It is.
But I mean, you still have the option. You always have the option to still have it.
Yeah, that's awesome. So that's what you wish you knew that you know now. And then the last question that I'm going to ask you is to give the viewing audience a tip. When we talk about tip, we're beauty entrepreneurs. We love to get tips. So when we get a tips, we're talking about teaching, inspirational, professional strategies. So give the viewing audience just one business tip that they can walk away with from watching you here today.
Business tip, like money-wise, or like career, industry-wise?
Business.
Freelance business-wise, I would say if you're trying to break off from the salon, or maybe slow down in the salon and start freelancing, you just have to budget yourself money-wise to know, like, 1 week you may make a ton of money and the next week you may be super slow. So just to know that, you know, whatever you need for your bills, put that aside, and be cautious on how you spend until you can get yourself busy enough. But a lot of people ask me how to get into the freelance world, and I think it's important if you're in a salon and you're busy to still maintain that and try to work on freelance at the same time, because it's a little stressful. And I did it. I stopped completely and I started working freelance. And I had a few days that I cried a lot, and I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. But I'm blessed, and it all worked out, and I'm where I'm supposed to be. But I would definitely say, don't just cut it off cold turkey. Make sure that you do it smart.
That's good. You want to plan it out. You want to budget out your time, and not just budget out your time, budget out your money as well. So have some kind of saving. Because even when you talk to like financial planners, they say you want to have an emergency fund for emergencies, and they said you want to have at least 3 to 6 months worth of income, you know, in case something happens. And I know it sounds good, but for us to actually do that, that's a whole nother story. A whole nother story. All right, so tell the viewing audience how they can contact you if they choose to. You can give us your social media handles or websites or what have you.
My Instagram is Rachelle Hair, so I'm going to spell it for you. Rachelle hair. And I do have a website on Dripbook. So if you Google Dripbook and Rachelle Hawkins is my last name, it'll come right up.
Okay, great. Well, thank you so much for being a part of this show. I want to thank her for being a part of Words of Wisdom Wednesday, where we showcase a different beauty entrepreneur every week. My name is Teresa S. McCurry. I'm the CIO, Chief Inspirational Officer of Inspire Me Incorporated, and I'm also the founder of BIZ, Beauty Entrepreneurs Networking. Thank you so much for joining us. Our time is up, and we want to thank you for yours. Be blessed, but most of all, be inspired.